How's it going, everyone, and welcome to Season 3 of Tracking Down the Tapes. It's been like 2.5 years since the second season. It's been a long time, but we're back for Season 3, and I'm taking a little bit of a different spin this season. I'm looking at tapes that I grew up with, tapes that were my favourite recordings of Australian television when I was a kid, and let's look at 8 of them in this third season of Tracking Down the Tapes. To start is a recording of Richie Rich from the Nine Network in Melbourne in 2008. Now, my parents recorded this in early 2008, and it just became one of my favorite recordings growing up. I don't know why. I think 2008 was a year where I didn't really see much TV. That was the last year before I started watching TV regularly. And for some reason, television from that era was just really cool to me, even just 1 year later. I don't know why I was so obsessed with it. I just was. And I would bring this TV recording to people's houses to watch a movie when it was a house that was like my parents' friend and I had nothing else to do. And that was only like 1 or 2 years after this was recorded. So for some reason, I got a nostalgia hit for something that was only like a year or two old, which, I don't get it. So of course, as usual, we're looking at the commercials, and there are some really interesting ones. This is the first one, and it's National 9 News talking about the Eastlink.
Eastlink, what you need to know.
I think people will be amazed.
Where it goes, how much it costs.
It's going to benefit the hip hop.
And what's next for our freeway system.
Not to do that is to let down the future.
Eastlink, the essential guide. Monday, 9 News at 6.
Thanks a lot, chompers.
Thanks, chompity chomp, chomp, chomp.
It's kind of frustrating to look back at that as a driver and someone who goes on that road all the time. All my friends live in the city, so I drive on Eastlink quite often, and it's a toll road. It was originally promised to be free for drivers and not be a toll road, but the Victorian government decided to change their minds and make it a toll road. This is despite before they got elected in, they promised it would be free, and then after they got elected, of course, hey guys, it costs money. Shitheads.
$1 Million Wheel of Fortune is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. If you want to join in the fun and be part of the studio audience, then call 1300 722 252 or email wofaudience@9.com.au. See you there.
Okay, so as someone who spent literally 11 and a half hours at a recording for Deal or No Deal Australia at the end of 2023, I can tell you never ever go to a television game show recording ever. They've got the worst practices for people in the crowd of any show. They never let you have toilet breaks in an 11 and a half hour period. You're just sitting there. We got 2 allocated toilet breaks in that entire time. For some reason, they can bend the rules. There's no rules for them. They're allowed to do whatever the hell they want with audience because they sign a contract that stipulates that they can do whatever they want with you. So never ever go to a television recording for something like this. Go to a TV recording for something that has like free-flowing crowd movement so you can leave whenever you want. You're not stuck there. You can get out of the audience whenever, if the audience is going crazy constantly, especially. You know, something that's not recorded in a television studio where you specifically can't leave, because that was hell. And I'm guessing this show, considering it's irrelevant now, wasn't any better.
Beware the brilliance of Harpic White and Shine. Its bleach and baking soda whitens and shines like nothing you've ever seen.
There's another iteration of this ad where the guy's so amazed that the toilet is so clean, so he falls off his balcony of his house. I think this one's worse than that. Even though that guy died from his toilet being so clean, he was so shocked at it. Yeah, I actually think this one's more fucked up. I mean, this is some Saw level shit for Harpic White and Clean. I don't, whatever it's called, I don't understand why they do the things they do, these advertisers.
Why are you the way that you are?
Visit skoda.com.au for the latest deals. See what the experts are saying and book a test drive online today.
This was one of the coolest ads when I was a kid. This is the reason why I like this tape. There was so many ads like this on the tape. This commercial was always so cool to me. I don't know what it was. It just is a really unique ad. Even though there was like a sandcastle expedition in Melbourne at one point, I never went to that. This is just cool, seeing a sandcastle car. I really feel like after 2008, a lot of the ads lost this sort of creativity and they were all made with computers and just had, numbers on the screen to talk about how low interest rates became and shit like that, even though it was probably the opposite. I don't know. I'm not a financial expert. How do I go from sandcastle cars to financial interest rates?
Deadly Surf is back in a brand new series. Find out how this daredevil jumped from 4 stories and landed in serious trouble.
Will he make it out alive?
All new Deadly Surf, Tuesday at 8, afternoon 10 to 1 on 9.
So I'm actually a professional cliff jumper. No, I'm not a professional. I'm a very skilled cliff jumper. So I know the correct technique when you're entering the water, if it's water that you're not familiar with, so that you don't injure yourself. This person doesn't, obviously, and I would never recommend it to someone jumping in water that isn't clear to use this technique, but you basically enter the water on a complete angle. You nearly backslap, but you don't quite. Your feet first entering, and then your head is like nearly hits the water not long after your feet. If that makes any fucking sense whatsoever, which it kind of doesn't. At least to anyone watching this that's never cliff jumped before. Basically, you enter the water so you don't break your fucking legs. And that's what this person did, I'm guessing. I don't know where this is though, but probably just don't go cliff jumping in water you can't see or a place that you've never jumped before. That guy's a fucking idiot. At least jumping from that high at a place he's never been before. Drugs and drunk. Okay, so I know VHS Review owns the What the Hell Was That segment, but I think me including this ad under the What the Hell Was That category definitely makes sense.
Don't miss your chance to win $50,000 every day in Crown's Grab for Cash competition. Catch it now.
It's just like, why? Even when I was a kid, that was my reaction. It's just, what the hell was that?
Nurofen targets the source of your pain, giving you fast, effective relief when you need it. So seize the moment.
He's in the window.
With Nurofen.
Man, if only Ned Kelly at his last stand could just have some Nurofen and get the hell out of there. I don't know if that's how that works. I think cops were surrounding the whole place. So I don't think taking a bit of Nurofen to relieve the stress or the headache of the situation would have done much. I think he died in that cabin. Yeah. Nurofen loves making their commercials historically accurate, as you can see.
You can't still be in bed.
Oh, I'm sick. I've got a bad cold.
And we have a sore throat.
Right.
Demazin.
Yes, Demazin. 2 tablets now. Because Billy's got to get to soccer and Ellie's joint netball. I can't do both.
Tell a sniff to get snuffed with Demazin adult strength day and night tablets.
Like, you know what they're doing there. You just know. Tell a sniff to get fucked is what they wanted the audience to think. I think that's definitely where they were going with that. That's a freaking disgusting animated. Like, imagine like you got no jobs to animate anything. You finally get a job and you're commissioned to animate this thing. Like, yuck. That's episode 27 of Tracking Down the Tapes. It's been a really, really long time since I made an episode. I think that second season and that last episode especially of the second season was going to be it for me. I'm very surprised that I'm back, but I'm doing 8 episodes over 4 days. And this potentially might be the last ever season of Tracking Down the Tapes. I'd love to make a season 4 with 6 tapes that just have the most material ever for funny stuff. This one's just a nostalgia trip for me. This is the TV recordings I grew up with, the tapes that I was obsessed with the most from a younger age. And I'm genuinely looking forward to sharing the rest of them with you guys on these episodes. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching another episode of Tracking Down the Tapes. Goodbye.
Leap into Coles and buy any specially marked pack of Kellogg's cereals, or Maggi noodles, and a fresh fruit item, and enter the DreamWorks Kung Fu Panda competition. You could win a family trip flying to China. Or Wii consoles and Kung Fu Panda games. Excellent. See your Coles store for details. Kung Fu Panda from DreamWorks, only in cinemas.
This news update brought to you by MLC. With MLC, it all adds up.